Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. I am Oriofe Tumobi. Today I'm coming to you with a very juicy topic, and I know that you're going to get a lot of value. So let's just dive right in. We're going to be talking about the sun rays, and how to protect your skin from sun damage. Basic steps you can take, sunscreen, types of sunscreens, and the likes. So let's just get started without wasting so much time. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that the sunlight, as much as it's very beneficial to man and to the earth, it also can have a very, very highly damaging effect on the skin. And that's why it's important to protect yourself. So, what is UV, that is the usual radiation we hear, sun radiation, the UV radiation, it's an ultraviolet radiation from the sun. You can also get it from other what's it called, from other sources like all those tan lights and also black lights especially. So there are three types of the UV radiation. The first thing you need to understand is, how does that even happen? This is, we said it's an electromagnetic energy that comes from the sun. One important thing is that it comes as a result of a nuclear reaction at the core of the sun, and it travels down to the earth. Now, there are three types of this UV radiation, and we have the UVA, that's the first type. We have the UVB, and we have the UVC. Now, what's the difference? I'm sure that the next question in your mind is, what is the difference? Which should I be concerned about? Now, the first one, UV radiation, UVA, is the one with the longest wavelength, and that is the one that actually reaches the earth the most. It's actually amounts to about 95% of the radiation that reaches the earth. And it's, even though it has the longest wavelength, it has the shortest, or let me say the weakest energy, but it also can penetrate deep into the skin. Now, the skin has three layers. You have the epidermis, you have the dermis, and you have the subcutaneous layers of the skin. The epidermis is the surface of the skin, while the dermis is the mid layer, and the subcutaneous level is where you find, all the major collagen and elastin of the skin that supports the skin. So while the dermis is, it's like that's muscle, or let me say pillars that hold up the skin, that keeps it really, really strong and plump. So supporting with that collagen and elastin from the subcutaneous layers of the skin. Now, even though this UVA has the what's it called, a long wavelength, not energy, the energy can actually go deep down into the subcutaneous layer of the skin. So it can cause damaging effects to the skin, cause wrinkling, cause premature aging, because it affects the support of the skin, the collagen, what keeps your skin firm, keeps it strong and youthful. So it goes down, deep down, and can cause indirect DNA damage to the skin. And one important thing you must know about the UVA is that it actually can cause immediate tanning under 15 to 20 minutes of exposure in the sun. It can cause immediate tanning. That is, you just notice that you automatically look darker. You can get as much as a shade darker. So that's what happens. A lot of times you find people that they tend to have a darker shade on their face to their body. It's the effect of the UVA, exposure to the UVA. Now, the other type is the UVB, and that goes to, that just qualifies for just about 5%, accounts for just about 5% of the sun radiation that reaches the earth. The UVA is the UVB now in this case is, yes, has a mid wavelength, but it also has more energy, but doesn't penetrate deep into the skin. It goes to the surface of the skin. It only penetrates on the epidermis, and what it does is that it damages the surface cells of the skin, and that accounts for, usually it accounts for cell damage, DNA damage to the cells of the skin, and also can cause long-term effect like sunburn, serious hyperpigmentation, when you have discoloration patches around the face. It damages the surface, the epidermis of the skin. Now, That said, the UVB, what should you be? I mean, the UVC is not a radiation that reaches the earth. It's actually the ozone layer sheets it off. It has the shortest wavelength, so it cannot travel down to the earth. So you don't really need to bother about that. Before you can get a UVC, you most likely be exposed to all these lights from welding and serious, it's not something you can easily get exposed to. So you don't really need to bother yourself about that. So our focus is the UVA and the UVB. Now that you know what it does, then you should know how to protect yourself from it. I must say that if you have any form of protection, especially you're wearing sunscreen, it's important that you wear sunscreen that can protect you from the UVA and the UVB radiation. So focus on buying sunscreen. So if you want to shop for sunscreen, you have to shop for sunscreen that has coverage for both UVA and UVB. It's important, even though UVA has that highest impact. It accounts for 95% of the sun radiation that we get on Earth. So UVA, but as well as UVB. So you know what it does, and so it's important for you to ensure that you protect your skin. So let me just tell you some things you can do, about 4 or 5 things you can do to protect yourself from sun radiation. The first thing is to wear a sunscreen. Wear a sunscreen that has high protection sunscreen. I would say that minimum of an SPF 30 is what you need. Minimum of SPF 30 to be sure that you have good coverage. You should also ensure that when you are wearing your sunscreen, you wear it 30 minutes before sun exposure so that it's already active and effective to create a shield on your skin. Then you should always reapply when you sweat, or when you are out there for about 2 hours already, or you swim. You should always reapply your sunscreen. Another thing you can do to protect yourself is to stay indoors around between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. That's when you have the highest radiation from the sun. So you can protect yourself by staying indoors. It doesn't mean that the radiation of the sun doesn't come through the walls. It actually gets through the windows and the wall, but the contact is less powerful, and you can be sure that you get less impact if you are indoors. So if you can stay away out from direct exposure out there between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., that is something that can actually shield you. Also, wear covering clothes when you're out there in the sun. Cover your arms, cover the exposed areas as much as possible to prevent tanning and taking too much energy from the sun. You can wear a hat, a beach hat, something like that, to shield your face when you're out there. Another thing you can do is to wear sunglasses to protect your eyes, around your eyes. That's usually those places that you get the most impact, especially on your face. It hits you very hard, and that's where you get the instant tanning and sunburn. And with continuous exposure to the sun, those areas get darkened. So you can wear a sun shield, like a face, how do I put it now? You wear a sunglasses that is wide enough to cover, create a shield around these areas of your face. So those are basic things you can do to shield yourself. I said you should wear a sunscreen. I said you should, of course, reapply and all that. You wear your hat. You stay out from the sun exposure between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. You can wear a hat. You can wear a face shield, like what's it called, sunglasses. So those are basic things you can do to protect yourself. Now let me tell you one important thing and difference about the sunscreens that are available out there in the market. Yes, you wear one that has a good coverage, at least minimum of 30 SPF. Let me tell you the difference. If you wear an SPF of 15 SPF, you will most likely get about 70% blockage from 70 and let's say 85% protection from the sun. But for the UVB, you can get protection up to 93%. If you wear up to 30% and above, you can get up to 97% protection from UVB radiation. UVA, you can get, because that goes deeper and it's more, you can get up to 80 to 85, 90%. And when you have up to 50% and above, you can get at least 98 to 99 protection from radiation from sun. So you see why you have to wear sunscreen, and you'll be able to know the exact type you should buy when you're shopping, for sunscreen. And it's important that it has the actives that can actually protect you. So watch out for more short videos that will give you details about sunscreens to shop for and how to protect yourself from the sun. I'm sure that you actually got value. If you did, kindly share to a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, remember to like, turn on your notification, and share this video. Thank you so much for always watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.